Don Schmidt, Book Kahuna, coming at you with today's publishing tip for the day. And today's publishing tip is phase 3 of being on the road to New York and back with Derek. The entire journey encompassed over 3,700 miles. Each way was 1866 in total mileage. And on the way back, we hit some nasty weather, especially for the first part. So I didn't take all that much video until we actually got to about Cleveland. But I've been asked about how the journey went and how the return trip went. And I thought I would put everything together into one video and just load it up with a little intro, which I'm doing now, of course. Anyway, you've got to be on the road to get your head straight. Seriously, the thought processes, the thinking, you really do come away with a much renewed sense of, wow, I've just like pretty much squeezed the sponge and gotten everything out of my head that really needed to go. Driving and just being on yourself and the ability to think, it's great. It's great. We left at 3 a.m. on Saturday, January 11th. And with the route that we took, we were back in Denver in time for the Broncos kickoff at 2:40 on Sunday. That Sunday was a very quick trip, but we made some stops, and now I'm going to put it all together and put it into on the end of this video. So again, from the road, phase 3, Don and Derek, the Book Kahuna, coming at you right now. Hey, we just stopped in Cleveland for some lunch. Here's Derek eating his kibble. He just went for a little walk. And he's just finishing up his lunch. See if we can get a nice frontal shot. There you go, buddy. Hey, say hi. Say hi to everybody. Derek? Okay. You good? Alright, he cleaned his plate. It looks good. Yeah, he's ready to go. Ready, buddy? Okay. No. Ready. So, just wanted to say that we're in Cleveland. And, or outside Cleveland. This is a visitor center outside Cleveland. Now this is a nice visitor center. You know? Now Pennsylvania's really got to pick up on this because Pennsylvania was lacking. But yeah, outside Cleveland, this looks good. It's like a mini Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right here to let us in. Alright, so Don and Derek, we're going to continue on the Haunted Highway tour for the Book Kahuna and continue through to Chicago and see when we get there. It's starting to rain. It's been nasty. This trip has been a nasty, rainy, wet day. Derek ate his lunch. Now it's time for me to eat mine. So, this is Book Kahuna signing off for now, and we'll be back with more on the highway trip back to Colorado. Take care. Heyo, this is Don Schmidt, the Book Kahuna, coming at you from the road on the way back to Colorado. The Haunted Highway trip, phase 2. Just wanted to let you know a couple of stops. Derek and I actually stopped in Toledo, Ohio. One thing I know about Toledo, Ohio, it was the hometown of Corporal Max Klinger from MASH. And the reason why I know this, he always wore a Toledo Mud Hens baseball cap. Go back and watch the MASH episodes and you'll see what I'm talking about. The Mud Hens are the minor league baseball team in Toledo. Other than that, Toledo was freaking cold. Ohio, Indiana, and Chicago have been extremely freaking cold since we left New York. It's unbelievably cold here. Right now, we just made a stop, and we're back in Iowa. We're about 230 miles from Des Moines, heading across and on our way back. Basically, since 2:30 this morning, and right now it's probably about 9:30 on Saturday night. We've gone 1,000 miles. So we've still got another 800 miles to go to get back to home. So we'll be driving a while tonight, but we just needed to stop, recharge. Derek needed a pit stop. I needed a pit stop, as not genteel as that sounds, but, when you're on the road driving for 10 hours, that's how it goes. But you know what? This is an amazing trip. I love it. It's you get to think. You can listen to I'm listening to the football games on the radio. You just think about all the different things that you never get a chance to just like decompress and think about at any given time. And it's just a real treat to just, drive and just know that, oh, this is what you're going to be doing for the next, 12 to 15 hours. I know it's kind of a hassle if you're not really into driving. I don't mind driving at all. So, getting out on the highway and also these two trips, this is the longest I've ever driven, ever. Going 1,000 miles in a day, or going 1,800 miles in 2 days, and this is the longest I've ever driven. And seriously, it doesn't bother me at all. It's kind of cathartic and therapeutic as far as the thought process goes. So it might not be for you, but I recommend just getting into a situation where you can decompress and your mind can just unload, and the sponge can empty itself of a lot of the extraneous garbage that you've got going on. Because seriously, it's really been a nice trip. The bad part about it was, we ran into bad weather all the way from Long Island through Pennsylvania into Ohio, where we had rain. Luckily, it was rain, and it wasn't freezing rain, and it wasn't snow. And we also had fog, which was terrible. So, it's been kind of a heavy-duty trip that way, but it's been an amazing achievement as far as just something to look back on and say, wow, I did a cross-country trip by myself. And it's great. So I recommend it to anybody who would like to take a challenge and challenge themselves and just do something different, because it is a challenge. It really is. But it's a good challenge, and it's a test, and something that really gets your mind and the juices flowing and going. So my tip from the highway right now, and we'll put this all together, take the chance and take a road trip. Seriously, eventually I'd like to buy a Spider, which is a 3-wheel motorcycle. And if I could get a Spider and a little trailer on the back, I would love to take that thing cross country, start off in California and just go all the way across the country, or start off on the East Coast and go in the opposite direction. It would just be so amazing to just go through and not, we're doing a trip, but we're not stopping anywhere to see any sights or anything. It's just me and Tonto, the big D in the back here, who's chewing on his bone right now. But it's fun. And, like I said, the Spider trip, that's in the future, and I know that will happen because I'm going to make that happen. Don Schmidt, the Book Kahuna, signing out for right now. We'll be back with more tips as we continue the road trip. Take care. Bye.